Today is October 30th, 2024. I have a fresh install of Focal Pup32 on this machine, and I wanted to show you how to correctly align these partition icons that are integral part of a PuppyLinux system, which I find very useful. And on this particular ISO, though, it is vertically aligned on the left upper space, but I prefer to be down here. So, but before we get to that, I want to pay attention to the icons on a desktop, and this desktop is actually controlled by JWM, Joe's Window Manager, which is part of the so we can just go ahead and open up rocks here, and we'll go to a small minus key here, minus, and then Control H to bring up hidden files. So this is at a root level. And what we can do is just go ahead and right click on options, and then you go to a pin board here. You can see there is some adjustment of these icons and appearance. So right now there is no shadow, and let's see what happens if we make it thick. So there's going to be a little shadow behind the lettering. It would be hard for you to see probably, but let's see what happens if you change the custom font to let's say twice the size. So right now it's 10. Let's go to the 20, and then see, you can see that it becomes huge. And the other thing that happens is, I guess, alignment goes off because the lettering is so huge. So these are some of the issues that makes it very erratic if you play around with the PuppyLinux icons too much. So we'll just put this back to 10 for now, and then okay, and then we'll go ahead and log out, not log out, but we'll close everything, Alt F4. Now how you wanna we want it down here. So these are partitions. So graphically there is a desktop settings, and then you can go to tray. You can go to desktop icons here, but I usually try not to play around with the desktop icon PuppyLinux, because sometimes it messes up your keyboard settings and menu and so on. So what I learned to do is just go ahead and use the terminal, and it's called the event manager. So you'll bring up the if you go to the rocks icons, it brings up the same window. And right now placement is on the left, so but we want it on the bottom, so we'll go ahead and do that. And we also want to refresh, align existing windows, because we want to refresh. And then we'll notice that the number is 96. So depending on your hardware and font size and so on, the number may not be 96 on your case. But I notice overall many PuppyLinux, they tend to have multiplication of or 24. So so for example 48 and 48 times 2 will be 96. So but if you have some other random number, it may not align correctly. So it's important to know what the default setting of 96 in my case is. It's because you can always refresh and go back to the aligned state when you first boot. So let's just what happens if we just go ahead and click OK at this point. So it's going to disappear, and it's going to appear down here. So now that's how you align the So let's see what happens if you find that you want you want a lot more space in between. So that way the safest thing to do is just use the multiplication factor of 2. So it'd be 192. So you don't want to use a random number thinking that you may want to just enlarge it a little bit. Otherwise you may get into trouble. So we'll just go ahead and say okay. And it's going to really spread out. So, but it's still aligned. But we'll just go back to Event Manager and go to 96. Okay. So that's okay. And that's for, I think that right now I also want to quickly adjust the bars here, test bars. So we'll just go to desktop settings and tray, I should say tray. So we want to go to tray. Right now tray 1 is up here, and this I don't really use multiple trays, so we'll just go ahead and delete it. So we'll just go ahead and delete that tray, and now it's gone. But 2 is down here, and I prefer 2 be up here. So we'll just click on 2, and then we'll go ahead and place it on the center. They'll be fine, and then apply. So now this you can see what happens. So now the tray is up here, and this is where I prefer, and everything looks normal and correct. And this is I hope you find this helpful. It will apply to any PuppyLinux ISOs using Joe's Window Manager.